obviously it's March Madness.
Tis the season.
So it's a great time to talk about revenue in women's athletics, wouldn't you say? Mm-hmm. Because everyone knows that women's games are more exciting to watch anyway.
Correct. No, literally, like, not even a hot take. Correct. Sorry.
So let's talk about this new study that was released by Deloitte, and it's suggesting that the industry, the women's sports industry, will surpass $2 billion in total revenue this year for the first time in history.
It's because people are actually investing in women's sports for the first time in their lives.
Say it louder for the people in the back.
It's not shocking. Hello, we've been here. The report projects the total will reach $2.35 billion in 2025. That's over 3 times as much revenue as women's sports generated in 2022, just 3 years ago.
Okay, and there's another quote from the article that I was like, whoa, that's crazy. So it says the projected amount based on match day, broadcast, and commercial revenues is predicted to have increased by 240% in 4 years. That's crazy. And like, it's just really nice, I think, because you know how people are like, where's your data? Where's the research?
Yeah, give me the numbers.
It's nice to have some research to finally affirm what we have literally been seeing.
All the Chads and Brads in your DMs who are like, well, they can't make the same much as men because they don't get the same viewership. Guess what? 240% more.
I love your Chad and Brad voice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've really honed in on it these past few years.
But in typical fashion,
they're still not being valued as much as they should be.
Inequity, let's say.
Yeah.
Especially in the world of college hoops. So perfect for March Madness talk. According to reports, the new NCAA media rights deal might have left some money on the table, according to some media consultants. This was really interesting to me.
Yeah, me and the NCAA.
Right. So for the first time, I should mention, and you can correct me if I don't have this fact properly. So for the first time ever, like women participating in March Madness.
Yeah, they're programs.
Yes, they're actually getting paid for the first time.
Correct.
Fucking absurd.
Insane. Insane. Like, think of all those national championships UConn won like years ago.
Yeah.
They could have been getting paid a lot of money for that. That could have even made their program even better. I digress. So men's basketball programs have been getting paid for tournament success for the past 34 years.
That's crazy.
34 years. And this year, the women are finally getting paid money too. However, some have pointed out that the women's programs could be getting even more because, the new TV deal bundles the men and the women's tournaments. If they were separate this year, it's only fair to assume that the women would be getting more because of how much more popular their games have been compared to the men's games. The NCAA valued the women's tournament at only $65 million annually, a far cry from the men's number, which is closer to $900 million, even though the women have shot up in popularity.
That was crazy to me. Yeah. So also in the article that we read, these media consultants, they were tasked to research the potential valuation of the women's tournaments like a couple years out. And they did this in 2021. So before all of this whole Caitlin Clark and all of that.
Exactly.
And they found that the women's tournament could have been worth at least $20 million more than that $65 million that this year it is being valued at, which is crazy. So they could be getting like 80 million to like 111 million, let's say.
Like, come on.
That's
I'm just
wild.
tired of saying it. Like, okay, here's the thing. I get it. Great first step, right? Finally, women are getting paid. You got to get your foot in the door somehow. I totally respect it. However, be for real. Like, come on.
I know. Especially, I mean, I wonder what the viewership numbers, I can only imagine it's going to be the same as last year where we saw that the women's tournaments were actually, the finals, I think, were viewed more than the men's tournaments.
Yeah, the product's just more exciting. And also, I feel as though NIL has affected the men's tournament more in a negative way, where maybe in the women's space it's more in a positive way, because now there's less Cinderella story runs, so like less upsets in the men tournament, and I think that's what people used to thrive off of in March Madness. Whereas women, it's just like the product's better now because of money going into the players and the women.
That's really interesting.
I'm just saying. Maybe we should have been paying them all along. Crazy concept.